Mount Josh Hill Comics DC news of the week. Hey, did you know that Zack Snyder thinks you're brainwashed?
Probably.
Okay, it seems on our channel people don't like us doing Zack Snyder videos, but we're gonna do it anyways. Okay, so Justice League director Zack Snyder, open to making animated sequels, believes some DC fans are brainwashed. After years of fans
a good start.
Campaigning and demanding Warner Brothers release the Snyder Cut, the dream became reality in 2021 when Zack Snyder's Justice League premiered on HBO Max. While we'd expect the filmmaker to simply finish off his director's cut, Snyder instead shot new scenes and laid the groundwork for sequels, we'd later learn about in storyboard form. Even before DC Studios was formed, the odds of those follow-ups happening seem slim. Now it feels completely outside the realm of possibility, though there are plenty of Snyder fans who hope he can finish the story as a comic book or animated feature. That would be one way to silence the Restore the Snyderverse movement anyway. Talking in the latest issue of Empire magazine, Snyder was asked if he'd conclude his Justice trilogy in animation. Quote, yeah, absolutely, that would be fun, that'd be cool. Honestly, given the low production cost of Warner Brothers Animation's direct-to-DVD offerings, we're not sure why this hasn't happened already. Snyder even has experience in the realm, overseeing Watchmen tie-in Tales of the Black Freighter. Elsewhere in the conversation, Snyder was asked if he is still surprised by the controversy with Strand's his decision to have Batman and Superman killed in the movies like Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. It's no secret that he believes superheroes should end the lives of their foes, and the director doubled down on that during this interview. The only reason I'm not surprised is that some people got brainwashed by a bunch of material that's not consistent with true canon. And that's fine. They're on their own journey. What is the true canon? We have absolutely no idea. Yeah, I don't know what he means either. True canon of what? Like his true canon that he came up with himself? I don't think anything is going to happen right away. Snyder said in 2020, but Jim and I talked about it quite a bit, and we talked a lot about maybe doing a book or a comic book down the road just to kind of finish this. We haven't locked anything in, but if it's a thing we would be interested in, it would be interesting to the fandom, they can always ask Jim about it. He also talked about going back and fixing Sucker Punch because he has footage to fix that too. Like, dude, do you always have to go back like 10 years later and fix the original vision that you had before? Is there a director's cut of Dawn of the Dead? His Dawn of the Dead as well?
I don't know actually, but I'm kind of curious because
it seems like yeah, I don't know. He doesn't. I don't know what Kennedy's talking about, and neither does the. Let us know in the comments what canon you think he's talking about. I'm sure some people will have some comments for us about Zack Snyder.
Director's cut of Dawn of the Dead is an extra 10 minutes long.
So there's a director's cut of... I don't think there's a director's cut of 300. Which seems to be his only, like, really almost perfect movie. Like... Yeah. Anyways. Moving on, Boyd Holbrook is rumored to be in talks to play Two-Face. If you are unfamiliar with Boyd Holbrook, he is a fantastic actor. We just saw him in the Justified... what's that sequel called? Anyways, there was a new season of Justified, and he was the villain in that. He was great. He was also in Logan. He's also in Narcos on Netflix, but I forget which season.
Yeah, that guy.
The first couple seasons with Pedro Pascal he was in.
Gotcha, yes.
Yeah. Plot details for Matt Reeves' highly anticipated sequel to The Batman are still in wraps, but several rumors relating to certain characters that could be introduced have been doing the rounds over the past few months. Co-CEO James Gunn appeared to debunk reports that the likes of Scarecrow, Clayface, Professor Pig, and Hush were set to appear in the movie, but we're now hearing that Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face, may have a part to play. According to Can We Get Some Toast, Boyd Holbrook is in talks to play the classic Batman villain in the upcoming sequel. Holbrook has quite a bit of experience portraying bad guys, having appeared as Donald Pierce in Logan. Oh yeah, he's also the Corinthian. Fuck yeah, the Corinthian in Netflix, The Sandman, and more recently Cabber in Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny. When the new DCU slate was announced, James Gunn confirmed that Reeves' Batverse will remain separate from the DCU, so this movie, along with Todd Phillips' Joker sequel, will be considered Elseworld Tales. A new actor will don the cape and cowl for Batman the Brave and the Bold, which will also feature a different take on Robin, the Cape Crusader's son, Damian Wayne. Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Andy Serkis, Jeffrey Wright, and Colin Farrell are all expected to reprise their respective roles, and characters introduced in the Penguin Max spin-off series are also likely to appear. Wow. As far as official info goes, Reeves has said that the sequel continues this epic crime saga, but it's about all we have to go on. One rumor did claim that the story will at least partially be based on Jeff Johns' Batman Earth 1. Of course, the first film took a certain amount of inspiration from Volume 1, so we assume the sequel will be more influenced by Volumes 2 and 3. For those unfamiliar with the comic, Earth 1 takes place in alternate continuity and features an updated, more realistic interpretation of the classic Batman origin and characters. Hush does not appear, but later volumes do feature Clayface, Scarecrow, and a female take on Two-Face and Harvey Dent's twin sister, Jessica. It's planned for release October 2nd, 2026. Yeah, I'd love to see his Two-Face. That'd be, I think cool. He could do a really good job. Also, it mentioned in here Joker. I didn't put that in here, but did you watch the trailer to Joker 2?
I did.
And
the trailer was really good. Pretty good.
Pretty
not pretty, very pretty good. Yeah, it was good.
They didn't really, it's been talked about as a musical, but they didn't really show any musicals. I mean, I think there's probably scenes in there that are part of their musical numbers, but they weren't singing. It was, they weren't giving a whole lot away of what.
I think they want it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
And I think that also that, probably songs that they're going to do, I don't imagine them to be original songs. They're going to be covers.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to be, not the full set. It's not going to be the full song. Maybe it'll be, 2 minutes of the song squished together to keep the continuity, going of the movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that they're going to cover some very popular songs, and some of those songs are, 4 to 5 fucking minutes long.
Yeah.
And to watch them dance around for 45 minutes would be a lot. So
it's a lot to ask fans.
I think they'll condense the songs, and they'll do a few more.
Yeah.
And it'll just kind of keep the pace going. But,
are we thinking Barbie musicals? That kind of interspersed, one
maybe
every...
interspersed, yeah, but more. I feel like it's going to be more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it looks like a good chunk of this movie is taking place in Arkham.
Yeah.
Sure, you can do a whole movie inside Arkham, but, yeah, you got to spice it up, I bet. And,
I'm also not... What? Maybe I'm forgetting the trailer properly, but it looks like Harley's not a doctor in this?
Yeah, it doesn't look like she's a doctor. It looks like she's a patient.
Yeah, a patient. Yeah.
And I'm wondering if she was maybe a doctor and then she...
Oh, yeah, that could be
something maybe happened and she became a patient.
Yeah.
Maybe she fell in love with someone else before him. Maybe he's the second guy or something.
I might be misremembering it, but I'm not sure she was a doctor in the trailer, unless they just didn't show that. Mm-hmm. Okay, moving on. Kick-Ass creator Mark Miller details his possible plans for public domain Superman. We did a story a while ago about how some of these characters going into public domain, and it'll be a free-for-all. And Mark Miller is now talking about his plans for that. As Bleeding Cool first reported, it was back in 2022 that Kick-Ass and Nemesis creator revealed plans to one day return to DC Comics for a new Superman story. It's been a long time since Miller wrote for the big two comic book publishers, so a mainstream return like that would be a huge deal. Nothing appears to have happened since, though Civil War Scribe has found himself very busy, thanks to a lucrative Miller World partnership with Netflix, which really hasn't gone that well, has it? I watched Jupiter's Legacy. That got canceled after, like, almost immediately after it got released. I haven't. Is Super Crooks even out? I'm not sure, but I haven't watched it.
No.
I mean, I guess it's lucrative for him in terms of money, but not putting things on the screen. Now Miller appears to have changed his mind about writing a Superman comic for DC, with the early version of Man of Steel set to enter public domain in 2033. It seems the writer plans to bide his time. I've been thinking about writing a Superman story late summer, but Superman goes public domain in 9 years, so I can write my stories in 5 years' time and pay the best artists in the industry to draw them. So it's all banked and ready for me to publish myself in 2033. It's a good idea, but the Superman will still be quite different to the modern interpretation of the character. Miller also won't be alone in putting his own spin on the character, so his story is going to need to be something really special to stand out from countless knockoffs. Of course, the writer might just be trying to negotiate in public with the powers that be at DC Comics. DC Comics characters Superman and Lois will enter public domain in the early 2030s. Batman will follow in 2035. Joker in 2036 and Wonder Woman in 2037. The clock is ticking. How weird is it going to be to have... Could we have multiple different takes on Superman in the movies too? Could you just create your own Superman universe? Batman universe that has nothing to do with DC whatsoever?
I don't know how that's going to go. You know, it's so weird. Like, I mean, it's already... Like, we're seeing it happening with...
Winnie the Pooh and Bambi and
yeah, dude.
Like
they're already trying to make that universe. Like it's.
Yep.
Oh my
the
god.
The Pooh-verse. I did just watch a trailer for Bambi, and it it looks.
I saw that they released it. Yeah.
Oh, it looks. I mean, it looks bad, but it looks fun.
Yeah.
Right. Bambi running around. Bambi is running around killing people with his horns. Yeah. So let's look forward to public domain Superman. Okay, this is a bit of a surprise. James Gunn has surprised Peacemaker fans by revealing that season 2 starts filming today, which was Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it's Tuesday. Yeah. He's also directing the first episode, so he's taking a break from Superman Legacy, I guess, or Superman. It's not called Legacy anymore, to film the first episode of Peacemaker. Just recently, John Cena was on ESPN to promote WrestleMania 40, and the wrestler turned actor shared that filming on Peacemaker's season 2 was set to begin after he finished up shooting Head of State, which co-stars Priyanka Chopra and Idris Elba. That was just a few days ago, so it seems that there either wasn't much left for Cena to film, or he'll be joining that shoot at a later date, as James Gunn has taken to social media to reveal that Peacemaker season 2 starts filming is getting underway today. There's a shot of him reflected in the helmet.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm super looking forward to Peacemaker season 2. I love season 1.
Oh yeah.
Really like John Cena as an actor. He was great in that new movie. Ricky Stenicki from not the Coen brothers. Farley brother. One of the Farley brothers did it. Yeah, so let's see more Peacemaker.
Agreed.
We also get that weird thing of like season 1's kind of canon, not canon thing. So I guess we'll see if they're telegraphing it. Well, I guess what will come out first? Will this come out before? So HBO's Penguin has nothing to do with this. Would this be the first thing to come out before Superman? Setting the stage for some things that could be included in Superman's
I would say so,
universe?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I wonder
it's interesting
what will come
they
out
would
first.
use that as the
launch point?
stepping stone. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Anyways, so that's been DC News of the Week. Thanks.